saw my legs, like girl, they were getting, I didn't like to sweat. Sweating was not for me. I would say the main things that I did to lose weight was, baby, won't you come a little closer? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Kafui. Today I will be doing a video on how I lost 40 pounds in 2 months. I'll be giving you guys tips on how I was able to do so in such a quick way. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, then definitely make sure that you stay. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. Disclaimer, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not in the medical industry at all. This is just what I did that worked for me. You take this at your own risk, my girl. Before I start giving you guys tips and the things that I did to lose this much weight in such a quick way, I'm gonna give you guys just a little history on where I came from and how I even got to that stage where I needed to lose 40 pounds in the first place. So growing up, I never really had any body image issues. I didn't really feel any type of way about myself. I was relatively a pretty slim person anyway, so I never felt like, oh, I'm big or anything like that. But I remember in high school, that's when I was at my smallest. So I was weighing about 110 pounds. I remember that specifically. I was about a sophomore in high school or something like that. I remember weighing 110, and that's the smallest I remember ever being. And I looked pretty normal, but the issue that I always had is, even though I'm a relatively small person, again, I'm only 5 feet tall, even though I was carrying 110 pounds in high school, I carried my weight very well because I carried most of my weight in my midsection. So even though I was skinny looking, I wasn't really small because I carried weight in my stomach. So it was easy for me to hide that wearing bigger clothes or like loose fitting tops and stuff like that. And I just remember always feeling like I wasn't pretty enough or really good enough. And you know, in high school, that's where you're starting to see other people and you're seeing like, oh, okay, she's pretty. Like you see how people interact with people who are a bit prettier. From there, I started, you know, noticing like, okay, the skinnier girls tend to get more love than the bigger girls. And on top of that, I wasn't really getting attention from anybody. I mean, I didn't really have many friends, and I definitely wasn't getting attention from any guys. So, you know, I thought, okay, it must be because I'm not conventionally pretty, and it's probably because I'm not skinny. So that's when the body image issues started coming in. After that, I just remember like developing a really unhealthy relationship with food. I became an emotional eater. I don't know why, but like I just felt like I was always hungry for some reason. And maybe I wasn't even hungry. Like I remember I would just eat for no reason. I would just sit there and I would eat. Whether I was sad, I was eating. If I was angry, I was eating. If I was bored, I was eating. I loved food, and I had no knowledge about calories. I had no knowledge about anything. I just knew that, okay, certain foods are not good and then salads are great for you.
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
And I didn't like eating salad, so I would eat anything else. I was a really big snacker, so I would eat a lot of like chips. I loved like sweets and stuff like that, so I was eating that all the time. And I just remember like gaining a lot of weight very fast. I just remember getting big really fast, and everybody was noticing it. Everybody was telling me like, yo, like Kafui, chill, you're getting fat. And you know, like in an African household, they will tell it to you straight to your face. There is no such thing as, oh, we don't want to hurt her feelings, let's sugarcoat it a little bit. No, they're gonna tell it to you straight up. They're gonna serve it to you and you're gonna have to eat it up. I remember like my family would tell me like, girl, like you're fat. And I remember just like crying crying because I was in denial. I thought like I looked pretty, like, you know, I just found a way to like compartmentalize the fact that I was dealing with, I wouldn't call it an eating disorder. It's not an eating disorder. I was just like an emotional eater. I just found a way to still make myself feel normal, even though I knew that something was wrong. So then after that, I became like really obsessed with the idea of losing weight. I became really obsessed. Around that time was also when like I realized that I hated myself. To be honest with you, I hated myself. I did not like the way that I looked. No matter how many times I tried to, I guess, lose the weight to look good and to like let other people see me as beautiful, I couldn't do it because it wasn't coming from a genuine place. I wasn't doing it for myself. I was doing it for other people so that I could feel accepted. So I was doing anything. I was doing like fad diets. I just remember just feeling really, really ugly, and I wanted to do anything to feel pretty again or to have people think that I'm pretty. So I would starve myself, honestly, and then after that I would like binge over and over and over again. In college too, it was like that. I felt pretty ugly and I couldn't really do anything about it. At that point I had more control because I could go to the gym and stuff like that, but college was a really busy time for me, so I honestly had no time to take my fitness and health into my own hands. And that probably sounds like an excuse, but I was just that type of person. And then it wasn't until after I graduated college that I decided to really do something about it. So the year was 2021. I was at my biggest weight ever. I was about 150 pounds, and keep in mind, I'm a small person. I'm only 5 feet tall, so I'm not supposed to be 150 pounds. I was basically obese at that point. Yeah, I just felt disgusting in my own body. I wasn't comfortable and I didn't love myself. Yes, you could say like, well, I mean, your confidence, your worth, your value doesn't come from how you look. But let's be honest, like when you look good, you feel good. And I didn't feel good because I looked horrible. And that's just the truth. So finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something about this. Like, this is the year where I'm gonna do this. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something about this. I'm not gonna end the year looking the same way that I started it. That's when I started doing the keto diet. The keto diet was really amazing for me. I stuck by it because I knew that the only way that I could really see results is if I stayed consistent and I didn't make any excuses for myself. I started doing keto at 150 pounds, and every week I saw myself losing weight drastically. I was in a group with other girls who were also doing it, and I had accountability partners. We would always send our keto meals in there, and every week we had like check-ins where you had to send your weight. The coach, the woman that was running the group, she wanted to see like you're losing weight, and if you're not losing weight, like what are you doing wrong? Maybe you're not in ketosis and stuff like that. You know, that really kept me on my ish. I didn't want to be the girl that would do my weekly check-in and I'm still the same weight, you know, not going anywhere. I wanted to be losing weight too. Like, I wanted to impress her, like so that honestly kept me going. You know, sometimes I would fall off. Let's say I wanted fries or something. I would try to find a way to like make keto fries. I would make like keto waffles, keto fries with coconut flour. I was just like finding ways to still enjoy the things that I like. I was eating like little to no carbs, mainly just protein and fat, and it worked. It worked. In a month I lost about 10 pounds. In another month I was losing like 10 pounds a month. Honestly, I lost weight very quickly. I never saw anything like that in my life, and I was very excited. I was like, hold on, this is actually working. And at some point I lost about 30 pounds. So this was like after like about 3 months, 2 months and a half. So I lost 30 pounds, and then I was kind of stuck because I was like, okay, I'm an extreme person, so I was like, I want to get back down to being 110 again. Mind you, I would have been fine at 120, 115. That's about normal for like somebody my height, but I wanted to be as small as I possibly can. Now I started noticing that I was plateauing on keto, and I was like, come on, keto. Like, mind you, at this time when I was doing keto, I wasn't doing any type of physical exercise. I wasn't working out at all. I was just doing keto. I wasn't doing any type of workouts. I was doing that. I plateaued and I didn't know what to do from there. So I started doing research and I discovered OMAD, which is like 1 meal a day. I was like, all right, that's crazy. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm extreme, but I'm not doing that. And then I also learned about alternate day fasting, which is like ADF. You eat every other day. You can eat anything you want, as much as you want every other day. So I was like, okay, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. So I started doing that, and it just like made everything worse in my mind, because that's basically starving myself. If I missed a day, like let's say it was my fasting day and I ate on that day, I would literally not eat for the next 2 days because I ate on a day where I'm not supposed to eat. And I turned into a really toxic cycle, and then I developed another unhealthy obsession with food where I was scared of food. I was scared to eat anything. Like, it was bad. I plateaued. Alternate day fasting wasn't really working for me. After that, I was like, okay, let me incorporate working out, because probably my body is now used to eating keto, and you have to do things to like shock your body. Now I started incorporating working out into my daily routine. I started just like following little workouts here on YouTube. I think her name is Jane Kate Fitness. So I started following her workout challenges, and I would just do 30 minutes every day. I remember I was doing her thick thigh challenge. I saw my legs, like, girl, they got toned. That's where it all started for me. That's where my fitness journey started. Then I started doing more and more research, and I discovered weightlifting and what that could do for you. That's when I started like really going to the gym now. I would see girls' transformation on TikTok and Instagram. That's when I fell in love with fitness, because before that I never liked anything exercise. I didn't like to sweat. Sweating was not for me. Sweating was like ghetto to me. So
no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am.
I didn't like being in pain. Why do I have to put myself through like pain? Like, I did not get it. I didn't want to be a part of that. Like, but I was like, you know what? I see the transformations. That could be for me. That's when I started going to the gym, and that's where I saw the biggest difference I've ever seen in my body. I reverse dieted. So I took my calories back up to maintenance level, because I was eating really, really low calories, because I thought if I could eat as little calories as possible, I could lose a lot of weight. And you can't do that. At some point, if you're eating below 1,200 calories, you're basically starving yourself. I really started eating clean as well, incorporating more proteins and more whole foods into my diet. I would say the main things that I did to lose weight was keto and weightlifting. Keto was really like the biggest player in my weight loss journey. If it wasn't for keto, honestly, I don't really know what I would have done. The main component to how to lose weight is to change your diet. I don't know if any of you guys have heard this, but 80% of how you look and how healthy you are is from your diet. And then that's how I was honestly able to lose weight without working out for like 2 to 3 months straight. I still saw results because I was eating a certain kind of way that allowed my body to lose fat. And then of course I was also eating in a caloric deficit. Those are the things that I was able to do to kick off my weight loss journey / fitness journey. If you enjoyed this video, or if you have any more questions and you would like to know more in detail any tips and advice that I would give, make sure to comment down below. You can also reach out to me on Instagram. I'm on there like a lot, so you can find me on Instagram. You can reach out to me. I'll probably get back to you on there quicker. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.